All right. As far as the injuries go, really Kingsley was the only one that got hurt on the interception there. So hit his head on the turf. Listen, Denver played a good game and they got us today. On our side, I've got to make sure that we don't go 3 and out with those last couple offensive series. And then there were a variety of things that went on that we all contributed to. So throughout both sides of the ball and special teams, and there were some good things, But when you're playing a good football team, and you got to cut back on your penalties for sure. Too many there, and then some of the other mistakes that we had. So we'll get that cleaned up, and we'll get ready for the Colts. Time's yours. We needed to do better on them. I could have given the guys better opportunity to do that.
Coach, coming out of the bye and having so many penalties, hoping to be crispy with the time off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you look for. I think everybody, that's probably an obvious one, right?
What led to some of the sellouts you think in the first half?
Yeah, well, listen, they're the number one defense in the National Football League, so we were fighting, and then we had some where we were going backwards and kind of self-inflicted things. So we've got to take care of that.
How pivotal was that interception in the red zone? Just knowing you guys could have maybe gotten points, got the lead started to control it.
Yeah, we still had opportunities, Nate, so you don't want that, right? Pat didn't want it. I don't want it. I mean, that's not what you want, but it's there were other opportunities as we went, so we got to make sure we take care of that business. Go ahead. Yeah, so he was able to get out containment there, and receiver worked to get himself open. We had a couple guys right around him there, so quarterback made a play, receiver made a play.
To the couple downfield shots in the first series that looked like could have been there, obviously Jaquan catches it. Was that just the way the game unfolded? Was that something you were seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we had some opportunities down the field. Didn't work out, but I mean, percentages, you're going to take a few and lose a few of those, but we felt like it would come back and help us, and it did later on in the game.
The block extra point, too.
Yeah, they did a good job splitting us right there, and we've been pretty good in that area, and they got us on that one. Yeah, I thought he did a good job for being off as long as he was, and then going against who he went against. Did a pretty good job there. Yeah.
Andy, one of the things this year is your guys' inability to win in one-score games. Is there sort of a message that you have for the guys, considering how good you guys are doing?
Yeah, when you're playing good teams, whether it's myself making a call or the players playing, you can't. You've got to do the right things. Put the guys in the right position, and the guys got to make plays when given an opportunity. Both sides of the ball, special teams. That's what we're all in it together. All right.
Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs entered Week 11 of the 2025 NFL season, looking to bounce back after their bye week. Their opponent was Bo Nix and the AFC West leading Denver Broncos in what promised to be a crucial divisional showdown. The Chiefs had their 3-game winning streak ended 2 weeks earlier by Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in a tough road loss. Kelce contributed 5 receptions for 66 yards in that defeat as Kansas City struggled to find offensive rhythm against Buffalo's defense. With 7 minutes and 2 seconds left in the second quarter of the Chiefs versus Broncos matchup, Patrick Mahomes connected with Kelce on a 10-yard completion that moved the chains for a first down. This marked the former Cincinnati Bearcats tight end's second reception of the afternoon. However, what happened after the play drew more attention than the catch itself. Kelce immediately jumped to his feet and confronted Broncos cornerback Jaquan McMillion face-to-face as the two players exchanged heated words. The confrontation became one of the talking points from the first half as tensions rose between these division rivals. Multiple Broncos defenders were required to bring Kelce down on the play, including McMillion, who came over the top and landed directly on the tight end's chest area. As Kelce rose from the pile, he and McMillion found themselves in an intense verbal exchange that appeared to include some colorful language before both players returned to their respective huddles. At that point in the contest, Kelce had recorded just 2 catches for 14 yards as the Chiefs' offense struggled to penetrate the Broncos' defense. Denver's defensive unit was making life difficult for Mahomes and his pass catchers throughout the early portions of the game. Despite the slow start in this particular game, Kelce had quietly assembled one of the most productive seasons among tight ends through the first 10 weeks. He entered the matchup with 41 receptions for 540 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Chiefs came out of their bye week sporting a 5-4 record. McMillian, now in his 4th season with Denver, brought 29 tackles, 5 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks into the game through 10 appearances. The East Carolina product joined the Broncos as an undrafted free agent back in 2022 and has developed into a solid contributor for their secondary. Both franchises desperately needed a victory for different reasons. The Broncos sought to maintain their lead in the division race, while the Chiefs battled to keep their wildcard hopes alive in an unexpectedly challenging season. If you're enjoying this inside look at Travis Kelce's season, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates on his journey both on and off the field. Off the field, Kelce's personal life has been making headlines. The iconic era's tour star and the 3-time Super Bowl winning tight end became engaged in August. Kelce proposed to Taylor Swift before the start of the 2025 NFL regular season in a romantic setting filled with flowers in his Kansas City backyard. Swift, arguably the most recognizable woman on the planet, accepted the proposal. Kelce shared his excitement on a New Heights podcast episode, saying it's been awesome and so much fun hearing from everybody and seeing the internet go crazy. He admitted he still gets giddy thinking about it and expressed how meaningful it's been telling everyone who he'll be spending the rest of his life with. Initial reports suggested the happy couple planned a small intimate wedding, possibly at a destination location. This approach made sense given their extraordinary fame level. Travis and Taylor constantly have cameras following them, so a private ceremony somewhere secluded seemed logical. However, plans have apparently changed. Taylor Swift has decided against the smaller private wedding concept and is instead organizing a grand celebration. The pop superstar and NFL star are reportedly targeting early to mid-2026 for their wedding date, with Swift's vision including hundreds of celebrity guests. Sources indicate Taylor went back and forth on the decision but ultimately concluded there's no sense in keeping the wedding small. She's confident this will be her only trip down the aisle, making a larger celebration the obvious choice. During the game, Kelce reached a significant franchise milestone. He had previously tied the record during a Monday Night Football game against the Washington Commanders, matching a mark held by NFL legend Priest Holmes. The Sunday matchup carried enormous implications for Kelce and his teammates given their 5-4 record entering the contest. The Broncos led the AFC West division at 8-2, while the Chiefs sat outside the AFC playoff picture before kickoff. Swift most recently attended a Chiefs game when the team defeated the Washington Commanders at home on October 27th. After the disappointing November 2nd loss to Buffalo, the Chiefs welcomed their bye week for some rest and recovery. Travis kept his bye week plans private during the November 5th episode of New Heights when brother Jason asked about his activities. Jason prompted him to share any travel plans or personal updates, but Travis declined to reveal details. Before you go, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all the latest Chiefs news and Travis Kelce coverage as the season continues. Kelce's 84th career touchdown came early in the 4th quarter, giving Kansas City their first lead. On a crucial 3rd and 6 play, Mahomes found his most trusted target. Kelce caught the pass in the middle of the field while still short of the first down marker. Displaying remarkable strength and agility, he escaped safety tail Noah Huena's tackle attempt before racing into the end zone. This score broke the tie with former running back Priest Holmes for the Chiefs' franchise record. Kelce finished with 9 catches for 91 yards, but his fourth-quarter touchdown proved to be Kansas City's final score as they fell on a last-second field goal by Will Lutz.